All right, so they see the game screen now.
Okay, perfect. So we are going to be playing on this little virtual tabletop. I wish we could play live where we have like the table and maps out, but because Chris and I are thousands of miles away, we'll have to make do with Roll20, which is great. It's a really wonderful program. And what we're going to do is there's not necessarily a story that we're going to do tonight. We're just doing some battle practice, you know? So one of the main things as a player that you'll need to know, you basically need to do two things. If you join Flux Fantasy, you'll need to make your character, and you'll need to learn a little bit about combat. So this is sort of us, you know, jumping in and teaching you. And for those of you who have played, I think that they can attest that it's actually really easy to learn, that there's not like all these crazy mechanics or things that you have to do. So we're just gonna kind of just play around and see how long Hugo survives, basically.
And I pulled up his character sheet so you guys can see it. This is what we're going to be playing from these stats. Yeah, I finally get to see Hugo go through some show off his escape artist capabilities. So
yeah, so the first thing that we have is we have to roll to see who goes first. So the way that we do that is Chris is going to roll a d20, and I'm going to roll a d20 as these blobby. So I'm going to be playing a blobby, which is like the lowest form of neutral-looking payback, and that will determine. And Chris, you will add your function modifier.
Okay.
And I will add. I would normally add my function modifier, but enemies, you know, sometimes they have them, sometimes they don't, depending on how big they are. So, Chris, why don't you roll, and then
okay.
I'll roll.
And we'll show them real quick. Just tell them what the function means. So here, for example, Hugo has a function modifier +1. So that's his stat here. You want to tell them what that means before we?
Yeah. So we've got this talent wheel, which is basically your different attributes, kind of like your different stats of a character. And so there's like 6 of them. And so your function modifier basically serves as your intuition, you know, how quick you see things, or like your body's natural ability to heal and that kind of stuff. And so when you are rolling for initiative, you're deciding who goes first in a battle. And so we are adding our function modifier because it's basically like how quick can you think before we start. And since blobbies don't have a good brain, their function modifier is 0. But Hugo has a +1, so he'll get a slight advantage when rolling. So he's just gonna roll his d20 and then add his function modifier, and then I'll roll a d20 and we'll see who goes first.
Okay, so I'm about to do that. So I'm gonna roll d20. So I got a 3 + 1, so that's 4.
Okay, and then I will roll.
And so here you guys can see here's the blobbies down here.
Let me know if you can see this, Chris.
I see it. 15.
Well, you know, blobby had good reaction time.
Yeah.
So
okay.
So I will go first. So there's 3 different things that you can do. There's a main action, your movement, and a quick action. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move a little bit closer to the Hugo character, because the way that my attacks work is I have to be within a certain range to be able to use them. So if I'm this far back, I'm not going to be able to use it. So I need to step forward a square. I'm going to just boop and get a little bit closer. And then, so that's my movement turn. And then I'm going to now roll to attack you. And how this works is we're both going to roll a d20, and we're going to add our willpower modifiers, which is basically like our karma ability, our karmic ability. And then whoever rolls higher either dodges the attack. So in Chris's case, if he were to roll higher, he would dodge that attack. And if I roll higher, then my attack lands, and then he's going to take damage. Okay? So I'm going to roll first, and then Chris, you'll see how much you have to defend against, okay?
Right, and this, so you guys can see, this is, these are the other, where we're going to be pulling from. So from the character sheet, from Hugo's power profile. Okay, go ahead, Ella.
Okay, so I rolled a 2, and okay. I don't have any I don't have any willpower because I'm a blobby, and so you just have to get past a 2.
So I've got a function. My modifier for willpower is 2 for Hugo, right? So I'm gonna roll
so basically
now.
you're gonna automatically pass this.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll anyway.
So I'm gonna roll anyway, just to be 8. So 10. So obviously.
Okay.
Obviously.
So you've actually dodged this attack. So you've dodged this,
Okay.
and that's gonna be the end of my turn. So now it's Hugo's turn.
Okay. So now I got to decide what to do. So okay. So I'm within range to attack using one of my base, or do I need to be right?
So you've got range is 1 to 2, 2, yeah, or 0 to 1. So yeah, you're in range if you use your basic attack, your torque strike.
Okay, so I'm gonna go for torque strike, and when I attack, I have to roll plus which of the. Tell them for this one I have to roll with a modifier, right?
Yeah, so you're attacking. So you're gonna roll with your willpower, and then I'm gonna roll again to see which one of us wins that encounter.
Okay, so my willpower for Hugo's 2. So we're gonna go back here and we're gonna roll d20. 17 plus 2, so 19. So. Oh no!
Dude.
What? I am so disappointed in my son. I thought he was better at this. Like how is this?
But it's just like
Hugo is supposed to be way more capable of palmistry than this. This is not good. Okay. So when that happens, so what's happened?
So I've basically defended against your attack. So you don't do anything there. You can still decide to move, or you can do a quick action. That's my only 20 of the night. That's my only 20.
Okay, I'm gonna do. Okay, so how is that possible? I'm sorry. I'm still shaking from that. Okay, so
my heart went into my throat. I don't think I've ever.
So when we do quick actions, what are my choices then? So that everyone knows how this works.
So we have a couple of quick actions that are said in the rulebook that you can do, but you can also make up a quick action as long as you kind of talk to your GM beforehand. But the quick actions that you can do, you can switch powers, you could try to push or shove, you could trip, you could jump, which there's no obstacles, so you shouldn't do that. You can hide, or you could duck.
But I can't perform palmistry, right? I can only do an action, like a physical action.
You could try to perform palmistry. It would take some karma to do though, because you're
Hugo,
because it has to be. You've already done your main action, so it couldn't be something huge. Like it'd have to be something really quick.
Okay, Hugo, in his fury and embarrassment at what has just happened, because blobbies. So you guys understand, blobbies are. If you're not familiar with Payback, it's like the lowest form of Payback. It would be like having a mouse, embarrass you. Like this is completely not. He's not Wolfgang material if he can't handle a blobby. Yeah. So Hugo's embarrassed and angry, and he's just gonna go stomp on them. He's just just gonna go stomp on him. Like he's just completely mortified at what's happening.
Okay, first of all, you'll have to move closer. So go ahead and do that. But then, because you're doing an action, that's going to require a threshold check.
Okay.
Will you roll me a agility check, please? Which basically means you're going to roll a d20 and then add your agility to it.
Okay, so my agility is +3, so Hugo's pretty agile, right?
Yeah.
And then we're going to go here. We're d20. Come on, son. Oh. Natural 20. Hugo's making it up now. So
So because you've rolled so well, can you roll a 1d4 for me? And we'll decide damage based on that.
Okay.
4. Okay, so the blobby's gonna take 4 damage from this hit. Just walk over and just stomp on him.
Okay, so I'm gonna stomp on him. So here we go.
Yeah.
That'll show you. Wait, I got to do my Hugo voice.
Okay.
I don't think I can. I can't. I can't do my Hugo voice
Do
right
it.
now. What?
Do it.
Do
you
it.
have to.
Oh, crap. I got something on my shoe. I just draw the stuff. I don't act it, okay? But I can tell you that Hugo is lifting his shoe right now and being like, oh, crap. It's at the bottom of my shoe.
Okay. So now it's the Blobby's turn. The Blobby's gonna just try to immediately attack back, right? So
Okay.
it's definitely damage. So I'm gonna roll a d20, and then you will to see who wins that encounter. A
Oh.
1. Perfect. Okay. So
Okay.
hopefully you can do better than that.
All right, let's see. Well, Hugo's been kind of spotty tonight, so let's see. Oh, right. That's my boy. Now he's coming back around. Okay.
Okay. So will you explain, Chris, how the Blobby tries to like attack from underneath Hugo's shoe and how Hugo sort of just like dodges out of the way?
So it tries to wrap around his shoe, and I imagine him like flinging it off. Like he kind of does this cool, like almost like accidental breakdance move, you know? And the shoe almost comes off with the Blobby. In fact, the Blobby probably takes the shoe with him, you know, and it flies off because it's stuck to the bottom of his shoe and it flies off.
That's great. That's perfect. Okay, Chris, it's now your turn again.
Okay, so can I do perception?
Yeah, you certainly can. So to perceive, it would take your full main action, and what it is you try to roll higher than his perception limit.
Right. But then I would lose.
Blobby.
But then he could attack me, right? So I don't want to do that. So
Right.
okay, so all right, I'm gonna go for Torque Strike again. I'm gonna make up for that embarrassing move earlier. So
Okay.
roll d20, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. 9.
Oh, and I need to add willpower.
Yeah.
So my willpower was 2, right? Willpower is 2.
Yeah.
So 11. So you once again.
And I rolled 12.
He is not
So,
being a good
Karmistry-
steward of Karmistry, okay? Like, this is embarrassing. What?
Artistry can't do it. He's terrible at it.
He's
the
like,
worst.
he's proving everything Marco is saying about him right, and I just can't right now.
Oh no. Okay, so what are you gonna do now?
I'm gonna have a word with him, and we're gonna go.
Okay.
Pardon me for a minute. No, I'm just joking. Okay, so did I take damage because of that?
You don't take damage, no.
Okay. Oh, right, because I'm the one who cast it, right?
You try to
So
attack it.
okay, so do I still have a main action to go, or do I've already used my main action? So I have a quick-
That would be your main action. You can do a quick action, or you could move.
Okay, I'm gonna stomp on him again because it clearly I have
Okay.
one shoe still on, and so it worked last time. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna stomp on him. Okay, so
Okay. Roll an agility check again.
okay. Three plus 6.
Okay. So now I'm gonna because this is a little bit of like a quick action. I'm gonna just roll a d20 to see if you've passed that threshold.
Okay.
Well, actually, so sit. Go ahead and roll a d4 for me, but it's gonna do half damage, whatever you do, because it's kind of a weak stomp. It's not
Okay.
it's not a
Oh,
great.
it's a weak stomp. Oh, is he stomping with his foot that has a sock on it? No shoe.
Probably.
Okay.
He meant to do it. Okay, so 2. We'll say that the Blobby takes 2 damage here.
Okay. Salt shaker. That's funny. Mark. That's a blast from the past. Yes, exactly, Katie. I finally get to play as Hugo, and he embarrasses me. Like, I can't believe I'm in this situation. I was so excited because it's like he's gonna show off his awesome Karmistry moves, and now he's missing a shoe, and has embarrassed me live in front of all you guys. And I think we need to change our mascot. I just
So
saying.
the blobby is actually pretty damaged. It's actually pretty damaged. So in its like final attempt, it's gonna try to use its signature move. Okay, so
Okay.
we're gonna see. I'm gonna roll a d20, and then again you'll have to roll a d20. 8.
8.
8's not
Okay.
good.
Okay. I'm rolling. Come on. 11.
11. Cool. Okay, so the blobby is going to reach up and like grab Hugo's sock, but like Hugo's gonna like jerk away, and it's gonna just take his sock. It's just gonna steal the sock, and it's gonna like eat it, and
This is
the sock.
not how this was supposed to go. This is really humiliating. Okay. All right. So he took his. So he's got one bare foot, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Which is
This
really.
blobby's very.
Huh?
I was gonna say this blobby's very injured. It's very clearly like on the verge of being defeated.
You know what's so funny is how anyone who's watching today, I'm not going to say this eerily is what has some relation to what happens tomorrow, what drops tomorrow. So it'll be interesting. This is not. This was not scripted. This is just going to happen this way. But, okay. What do I do?
Okay, so it's your turn. So you can do your movement, your quick action, or main action.
Third time's the charm. I'm going Torque Strike again because how can he not use... He's going to finish off this blobby. He could stomp on it with his feet, but that would be like ridiculous because the whole point of this universe is to use Karmistry. And he's going to like OP and attack it with his Torque Strike. And we're going for it. Like, this is third time's a charm. And if he doesn't, he gets kicked out of Wolfgang Academy. It's over. Done. Okay?
We'll bring
So-
Marco's icon in.
Yeah,
and Marco
exactly.
will-
Marco's already signing the paperwork to be the new mascot. I'm just telling you. Okay. So, all right. So, D20. Here we go. Come on. 4 plus willpower, right? My willpower is 2. So,
Yeah,
6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on.
What? I can't see it. What is that? Can you see it? I can't see it because
The
it's behind.
20.
You got a 20?
Yeah.
What?
I need to stop playing.
I need to stop
This is
playing.
the
I
best-
need to have.
This is the best game I've ever. This is the best game I've ever rolled. Ever.
This is.
Never in my life.
There is some
Never
sort of.
mind.
This is like I can't, like, this is a humiliating day
It's
for
so
Hugo.
funny. You know, I had like a couple of other enemies that I was gonna be like, okay, and then this one comes out. I think we're gonna be good with just this one. We're gonna have one blobby.
What? One blobby take out Hugo? That's just like unheard of. Like that's first episode material. That's like first episode
It's
material.
me. It's because the universe knows that I wrote it into RPG existence. You know,
I can't. This is okay. So now he's got blobby all over him. He's lost a shoe.
Okay.
He's lost a sock.
Blobby though, I'm gonna say Blobby is gonna lose a turn here because Blobby is very, very, very close to being defeated. I don't think Blobby can attack anyone right now.
Okay.
So I think that it's gonna be your turn again. You have to finish
Okay.
it off.
So
we have to do it.
I don't know. Like I want to use Karmistry again, but I keep worrying. yeah, that's right. That's right, Jacoby. Like I'm worried about what's gonna happen if I go Karmistry again because we're gonna do it. He's Torque Strike. We're going Torque Strike.
You know, and this is why you don't play Flux Fantasy alone. This is why you need friends. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
exactly. Yeah.
If you had some friends right now, I don't think you'd be this embarrassed.
All right. Go. Hugo's Torque Strike again. We're going Torque Strike. So D20.
Okay.
Go for
Yeah.
it. All right. All right. Plus, okay. Okay. Right?
Okay. So I would have to get. Well, there's no way I can defeat that.
Oh! There is karma in this universe.
Perfect.
There is karma.
Yes. Perfect. How Chris, will you please describe as Hugo how you destroy? I mean, absolutely obliterate.
So there's this moment, and Hugo is watching the blobbies kind of writhe in the ground, and one of them is like still, like his shoe is over there and like nearby, and it's got like blobby in it, and it's like poking out, and it's like, and then the other blobby's over there like, hissing, is like, at him a little bit, and it's clearly injured, right? But Hugo, who has been completely humiliated during this whole battle session, is now like, you know what? He casts Torque Strike and obliterates the like I'm talking like it's like just a wave. It obliterates the blobby. There's just this wave. It's gone, and when it's done, Hugo takes off his other shoe and tosses it at the remains of the blobby, a la George W. Bush from, if you remember that event that happened a while back when he had shoes thrown at him during many years ago. Throw the shoe at him at the remainder, and he's gonna hold his arms out and goes, "Who's next? Bring it on! Look here, bring it on!"
Chris, will you do one thing for me? Will you roll a stamina check for me to see how hard you throw your shoe?
How hard I throw? Okay, so my stamina check. Okay.
I just want to see how epic or not. So Hugo tries to throw the shoe, right? And it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, take that.
Maybe it bounces off the ground and hits him in the face, and he falls backwards.
Yeah. Okay.
Shoeless, and his feet goes like this.
Oh. Is throwing his shoe and falling backwards. Very comedic. Behind him, he's looking up behind him. Behind him, another monster kind of like rises out of the ground and like is going to attack him. So, Hugo, I need you to roll an agility check here.
Okay. All right, 8, and then my agility, what was it? Was 3, so 11.
Yeah, you're gonna move out of the way, so you're gonna jump back.
I'm gonna jump back. Okay.
In time. Yeah, you're not gonna get hit.
Whoops. Are you pulling this up? My point.
Yes. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I
was putting Hugo's character sheet back up. I had put it away.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to close it. If you need to pull it up, you can. I didn't realize that.
No, it's okay. I'm just grabbing the sprite sheet. Okay. All right, Hugo, you're up first.
Okay, so from this distance, Hugo standing barefoot at this time with one sock on. I think he still has one sock on.
He does have one sock on.
He has one sock on. His shoes are in a mess of like Payback goo over there, but he's still standing tall, right? Like he stands tall. He feels good because he just overcame whatever performance anxiety he had over doing the Torque Strike. So now he's feeling good, and he's gonna perform Torque Strike again, and he wants to like finish off this sprite really quickly so that he can show that he deserves to be in Wolfgang, and that he can take on the big monsters all on his own. So
yeah. Okay, so roll a d20 plus your willpower.
10.
Okay. Let's see what the blobby does. Or the sprite. 9. Okay. So you're gonna hit with Torque Strike. And how much is Torque Strike's damage?
So Torque Strike does 4.
Okay, so you definitely get a good chunk, like a solid chunk of this creature down. But but now it's angry, and so now it's gonna race forward towards you, and it's gonna attack like straight away. 11. So you'll have to get past 11.
Is that between? Is it 19 or?
Let me check the chat here. It's 19. 19.
Oh, okay. So I avoided, right?
Okay, so you dodge. Will you explain how Hugo dodges again?
So this sprite is just like charging at him. It's furious because he hit it in the face with this giant gear, and it's charging at it. And as it's charging at him, Hugo does almost like using karmistry. He kind of creates like a little, like almost like a little, like he's doing like a bull thing, and he goes and he kind of does the matador thing, and he twists like this, and it runs past him. And
what did they say?
Ole
Toro.
or Toro.
Oh
Toro.
no, he said torque. Oh.
Torco. And he turned and he kind of spins, and then he kind of, I assume people are watching. This is like at school or something watching, so he kind of like he's like super confident now, so he's being a little cocky about it.
Okay, so it's Hugo's turn. The sprite is not going to do anything else.
Okay, so I'm going to try. Okay, let's try Torque Strike again. Oh, for Pete's sake. Willpower's 2, right? So 5. Okay.
Okay, let's see. 8.
Okay. Okay. This video is going to be scrubbed from the internet. Like, no one can see this ever again after this.
Oh, I'm reposting this.
Okay.
All right, we're going to go fast and furious. We're going to go fast and furious here. And the payback monster is just swiping left and right.
Okay,
8. So you'll have to succeed.
So I have to roll now?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I avoid it, right?
You avoid it. Okay, your turn. Your turn.
Okay.
Movement's getting faster. It's going.
Okay,
it's going
so
hard.
I'm going to attack. I'm gonna Torque Strike it again. 4. I don't know what is wrong with this kid.
3.
Okay, so I hit him. Okay.
Yeah.
What's that?
I shouldn't be so excited. I'm the enemy. So.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what you use your Torque Strike. So will you explain how you defeat this creature?
So Hugo, having tossed the Karmistry created flag away, he activates his Torque Strike. He comically creates this gigantic gear, like I'm talking like huge, because he's trying to make up for, you know, the lack of showmanship he's had this whole time. He creates this giant gear, and he like tosses it like it's ginormous. It's probably 3 times his height. He throws it, and it rolls, and it's picking up such huge speed that it squashes the sprite, and the sprite gets like wrapped around the gear and crashes into the wall on the other side of the arena.
Okay, watch this. Watch what I can do. But we'll do it. Boom! Explosion.
Wait, did something happen? It didn't happen on my side.
No, you can't see this?
No, I can't. I didn't see any explosion.
Never mind then. I'll have to do it later.
Oh, sad. By the way, I stopped seeing the comments. I don't know if there's comments. I can't see. For some reason, they stopped.
They're just so excited. You know.
That sucks. I would have loved to see the explosion. No, I didn't see that. That sucks.
It's a really goofy, like,
isolated
explosion. You should use do you have a sound effect? You have a sound effect
for an explosion. Hold on. Where is that? I have a. I don't have an explosion. I have a timpani. We could do that.
What is that?
Timpani roll.
That's the gear. That's the gear sound.
We could do a bicycle horn. That works.
That's all of Hugo's bad rolls.
That's so funny. Okay. Hugo, great job, buddy. Finally. Okay. Oh, there's a big X on the screen. Did you put that?
He's dead.
Okay, he's dead. But not just dead, like dead, right? That's a big X. That is a big X. Okay. All right, so now we're going to the this is are we going even bigger
Do
now?
one more. We'll try it. Yeah, we'll try. We'll try it.
Sounded like a clown noise. I know it did. That's what it sounded like for each roll that Hugo failed at. That was what was in my head. Okay, so now we are at a puck.
No, we're moving up.
Oh, so gremlins now?
Yeah, gremlin.
Okay,
Gremlin comes out.
That's a big one.
Yeah, it is. He's mad. He's mad that you've destroyed his friends.
All right. Praying for Hugo.
And
Thank you, Katie. All of you, I need you to pray for us, okay? Pray for Hugo because his job's on the line. He better do this or his mascot status is in question, okay? Go ahead.
And I haven't been doing this very well, but just so you know, when you roll as a character for defense, because you've defended pretty much everything, I haven't needed to do this, but you make sure to add your defense modifier to it. That's what you do when you're
right.
So we haven't had to worry about it because Hugo's so fast that he's dodged like everything. You know what I mean? So don't use your agility anymore. Use your defense. Okay.
Okay, got it.
All right. So rising from the liquid remains of his brothers, the gremlin forms out of the bodies of the blobby and the sprites and becomes this ultra big gremlin that sort of towers over Hugo's, like roaring, like the little bits of darkness like spraying against Hugo's face. But Hugo, you're up first.
Okay, so
and he's in this.
Okay, so he's within range, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Hugo's gonna play a little smarter this time with this. I think Hugo is going to.
Why? Because the damage on this guy is 9, and you only have 11 health, or what?
Right. That's right. So I need to be super careful about this. So I'm going to. Hugo's a little taken aback at how big this thing is. He didn't realize it, so he's going to use locomotion to move back. He wants to get it to come closer, like to wear it out. So Hugo is going to use Whiplash to move closer to this rupture over here.
Well, I'm not going to spoil, but pushing into ruptures is I see what's going on here.
Yeah. So, yeah, he knows what he's doing. I think. Judging from how things went tonight, I don't know, but we're gonna get closer to the rupture. So
okay. Did you move him?
Not yet. Do I need to roll to do that?
Okay. No.
Okay.
So locomotion, you'll use the.
Okay. So I'm
using
right here.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So now the creature is out of range, so it's gonna come here, right next to the rupture, and it's gonna roll to attack you. Okay.
Okay. I'm ready.
Here we go. I gotta get my dice in the correct place. 7.
All right. And now. Oh. Oh. Oh wait,
So
I get to add my
this-
modifier. What's my modifier? It's nothing, right? It was only like
It's probably like 1, yeah.
it's 1. Okay, well that sucks. Okay.
So this gremlin is gonna pick Hugo up, you know what I mean, by his shirt.
Yeah.
And like, just like, shake him so hard. And Hugo's gonna take 9 damage from this. It's gonna be big.
Oh, ouch. Okay, so he's
Yeah.
in bad shape. Okay, so he's
Yes,
hurting.
he is.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, your turn.
Okay. All right. So Hugo's on the ground and he's like heaving, you know, because he's hurting really bad and he's missing a shoe and he's just like, he looks up and his hair is like kind of falling over his face like this, and it's a really dramatic moment and like this, and he's like, and then he hears the audience, like he looks up and he hears like his friends and all you guys are out there like cheering for him, like all you guys, you know, Zach and Josh, he sees you guys out there and he kind of just like gives you a wink and he's like, he's not to count him out yet, right? And so Hugo like staggers up to his feet and the Payback, the gremlin is like, heaving and it's like ready to attack. And Hugo, in this instant, he's going to use Torque Strike to blow it back into the rupture. That's his intent.
Yeah. Okay.
All
I'm
right.
gonna roll first. Okay.
Go for it. Oh, finally, luck is a. Watch me roll, and it's like a 0. Like I know that's not possible, but like watch it be something ridiculous like that. Okay,
No,
here we go.
take your moment.
Take my moment.
Yeah.
So wait, you want me to like narrate this? Is that what you want me
Yes.
to do? Okay.
Yes.
So
narrate how this happens, because this is a critical. This is like this creature's going down. Like it's going down.
So Hugo charges up his. Hugo is like this. He like lifts his. Everyone is like cheering for him. He's like hurting, right? Like he's dragging his leg, and he kind of lifts his head up like this, and he looks up at the audience at the crowd, and he kind of does the baseball thing. He gives his finger and then like points to where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
And then he goes like this. He brings his arms down, and his Taurus glows like magnificently. Like it's just so bright that some people in the audience like they're like doing this like this is so bright. It's like swirling, all this karma swirling into his Taurus. He finally releases the karma from the Taurus into a giant gear, this gear construct that goes, but it's not just one, it's like a bunch of them just go flying at this gremlin, right? And it's like da 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 da. It's like hitting like almost like a machine gun, like right, like hitting him like this, and the gremlin stumbles and then hangs on the edge like this, right? Like it's like about to fall off, right? And Hugo. Oh wait, he already took he has no shoes. Never mind. I was gonna have him. I missed the opportunity to go to a shoe, and Hugo just goes, and then it falls into the rupture and gets ground up into the
And a huge like explosion, comes
There's
up
like
from this rupture. The crowd's like going crazy.
There's like Payback goo going everywhere. It's like ectoplasm everywhere. It's just like, and then when it's done, everyone is like screaming. The audience is screaming. This is amazing. And Hugo picks up some of that Payback goo that was left on the ground, and he does like this. He rubs it in his hand while everyone's cheering, and he goes, puts it in his hair, and pushes his hair back with the Payback goo. And now he's got natural product. Got his hair back in order. He looks good. So
that's it. That's how it's defeated. That is the perfect ending.
That's right.
To this.
I'm a writer.
I honestly didn't think you were gonna survive. I didn't think Hugo was
I
gonna
didn't
survive.
think so too. I didn't think so. I thought I gotta be clear with you guys. I thought that this was going to be like we need to have Hugo step down kind of situation. So we got very close.
He proved himself. He did.
He did. But see, that's a total anime moment, right? Like the
Of course, yeah.
hero has to look like he's it's all that moment, all is lost, and then the power of friendship and his own like self-confidence got him to come back and win. So